You're listening to the Complex Action Actual Play podcast. It's time to do the job. The pieces are in place, the plan is in order. Now to do the crime. You know, with all the time that Eion's been spending on Throwback's deck, maybe that's been causing some problems? I'm not sure. You'll have to listen. Now please enjoy episode 40, Throwback to the Bathroom.
All right, so we have purchased some rather expensive but useful information. There's a guard who has a night shift later on in a few days that is basically completely in our pocket because we have some great dirt and blackmail for him. So he's been blackmailed to essentially let us in and not set off alarms, so we should be able to gain access to the initial building fairly easily. However, there's a hallway that connects that building to the one that we need to get into, and there's a guard that is not on our payroll that is guarding that hallway. We'll have to take him out without setting off alarms. Also passing through the building, dealing with locks, preferably via the locksmith skills, so that the decker, so Throwback doesn't have to use up too much of his abilities on tests that we can otherwise do ourselves. Leroy, can you take care of that?
Yeah, I think that depends on what you mean by take care of that. I do.
Or a payback, do you have a locksmith type skill?
I do. Means I'm in there on my feet.
Would we be better off having you outside physically and using drones to directly support us?
Well, that's always preferred for me, but you know what? As long as somebody's got me protected, it's neither here nor there. Wait, so how much were we getting paid again?
You guys are getting paid 11,000 each. That's what your face Wada, the orange orc, negotiated. It's a meta variant of an orc. Okay, that's why I called you an orange orc.
So okay, we get inside. We don't have any problems there. Maybe some cameras need to be looped, sensors need to be worried about. Probably not much at that point. But when we get to that hallway, we're gonna have to take out that guard without getting his attention. That's where I think an invisible Leroy comes into play, because I learned I'm learning a nifty new improved invisibility spell. And if we can take him out without setting off the alarms, then we're golden to go into the other building. And we don't know what's downstairs down the elevator. Maybe there's more security threats there, but some people will have to go down the elevator, certainly Throwback, and he'll have to go down with some backup, and then some of us will have to stay upstairs to keep an eye out for any trouble up there. Hopefully the guard that is in the first building is also watching our back, because we've made it clear to him that if we get busted, he gets busted. So he should hopefully, act as a helpful barrier to any potential security responses, unless we get too noisy.
I do have karma. I can pick up like a rank 1 locksmithing, no problem.
So I've got a bunch of alchemical preparations I'll make, so we'll have plenty of ways to bump ourselves up in case we run into trouble. That's going to take me pretty much a lot of work with naps in between. Out of character, I have rolled all those up ahead of time. So we basically just need to pick our time when the night guard that we have in our pocket is on duty and make this happen, I think. Did I leave anything out?
Messing with environmental controls to kill the anti-magic bacteria.
Okay, so here's the thing. There's certain areas where there are sensors that will set off an alarm if anything magical passes through. We are certainly going to have to pass through some of those. We're going to have to deal with that. There's the idea of killing the bacteria, or I'm guessing that these things probably trip some sort of technological sensor that sets off an alarm, so you should be able to hack that sensor maybe.
Couldn't we just not have magic?
Elric just stares at you flatly.
Yeah, just like, not use magic all the time. I'll hack the sensor.
As it happens, magic is really useful. So I don't think there's much for astral security. Crap, I don't remember. Was there a spirit patrolling or not? I seem to remember there wasn't, but it's been a while.
It's not been that long in character, and no, there was no spirit patrolling.
Yeah, okay, except for the fab stuff, then we should be free and clear of astral, but I'm going to have a spirit ready to watch our back and kill anything astral that might report us.
And
that probably means that if he kills something, that whoever sent it or whoever, they'll know something happened, but I'll know we tripped something. So either way, it's bad.
And we're going to have my drones as cavalry. It's going to be tough sneaking through places with Silverback. I can have long shot set up with the hunter rifle outside of the place, watching for any reinforcements that might be rushing the building if things get hot.
Do you have any sort of small drone that has any armament, or that we can claim has an armament that we can leave back near the guard that we have in our pocket, just to make sure he's extra motivated and knows that we're watching his back?
Oh, absolutely. I picked up two new ones. I'd be happy to put them to work. They're not small.
Well, they'll have to be more or less out of sight of the cameras, but have a view of the guard.
Sure, I could swing it.
Great. I think this is going to go fantastic then. We've got a good plan, a great way to get in, and plenty of hardware if something goes wrong. Like I said, I'm going to be busy cooking up all sorts of goodies for everybody to give us boosts. And I don't know about you guys, but I have a lot of studying to do if I'm going to be ready for this run with that invisibility spell. So unless you need me for something, I'm going to go.
Study.
It'd be done by like Tuesday, right? Isn't that when we're doing this?
Should be. Like I said, I got a lot of studying to do.
You got 3 days.
All right. Well, everybody goes their separate ways. I know that some people are getting some gear that we've handled off the table, off the air, so to speak. So that's all going on. People are grabbing their various things. And on Sunday, sometime Sunday morning, close to noon, Wada gets a comm call from James Thomas.
Hello?
Hi, it's James Thomas, the security guard.
Yeah, what's up, man?
All right, so I've been thinking a bunch about how I'm going to get you guys in there, because it's going to be kind of, I'm just a front desk person, and it's not going to be super easy, but I'm very motivated. I think I have an idea that is going to get you guys able to get through the gate and into the parking lot, but it's going to require you to try and do something. I think I can stage a sort of situation where a cleanup and waste removal crew will need to come in and take care of it, and you'll just need to come in, looking like a cleanup crew with an appropriately, cleanup van or something.
All right, are they gonna tag us or anything, or are you gonna be the one checking our IDs?
So I can handle that. I can talk to the people who do it's inside my it's inside my purview to my job description to handle things like that. Call people who need to come in and take care of things kind of on the spot. So I really think I can do that.
Awesome. So all we need is uniforms and van.
And that way I can get you in the front door, and like we already talked about, you'll kind of be on your own from there. But that's half the battle. It's not easy to get into this place, especially after hours.
Oh, awesome. All right, yeah. We'll find van and stuff by Tuesday. I think.
Right. So the way you're gonna get a phone call, and if you check your caller ID, it'll probably look like blue data. It'll be from me, and it'll be that night, and I'll be calling you, and I'll be talking to you like you're a cleanup company, and doing the thing, playing the part, and that'll be your clue to come in. I'm real nervous. I'm sorry. You'll come in and within like 30 minutes or something. Make it look like you had to drive out there, that you weren't just waiting outside the gate.
Yeah, gotcha. We can do that.
All right. Well, Tuesday night.
Oh, awesome. Yep. Bye. I will relay that to the team.
That's a decent end.
Okay, good. So payback, you guys, throwback, whatever. Can you guys take care of the van thing? Because, like I said, I got studying to do. I got to make sure I learn this in time. It's not as easy as I thought it was going to be.
Payback. It's like the both of us together.
Yeah, but that works better than throw day.
I hate them both. All right, go study.
Stop bothering me.
Throwback. I know you like the paint job on your van.
Nope.
Come on.
We have those two gophers.
Yup.
Those things?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Those are pickup trucks that have had the bodies basically stripped off, and he's been working on fixing them up. And I've been rebuilding these fancy, artisan-based body panels for them. So they're in the process of unique. Well, that's like an ongoing thing that we've been working on. They do not look like nondescript vans. So that's not necessarily Elric saying that, but just you guys would know if you looked at them.
Yeah, you look out into the yard, and the two of them are a mess right now.
You can get those fixed up by Tuesday, right, Payday?
But they aren't going to look like nondescript vans.
Well, neither is mine.
Yeah, sure it will.
Just take the paint off of them. Paint it white. There's some AR logo.
No.
Come on.
No.
We can repaint it. The gang is stupid anyway.
You're stupid.
Does anyone have any money? Can we just buy a van? I have 4K left.
Hey, I kind of still have my comms on this, but hey, didn't you get a whole bunch of extra money from that last thing we did? Maybe you could buy a van.
Yep.
Let me make a call.
Or maybe, you guys could steal a van or something.
Are you supposed to be sitting?
Yeah, I think I'm going to mute this thing. Just whatever. You guys can figure it out, right?
We'll get a van, and it won't be Throwback's van, I guess.
They'd be really mad if, no.
All right, so I'm gonna make a call to Scorch,
All right. Scorch,
or to her place anyway.
what time are you calling her?
Oh, what time is it now?
It's about 11:30 a.m.
You okay now?
and she doesn't answer.
What Shadowrunner gets up before noon, right? All right, I'll deal with the van later. I'll see what kind of price I can get on some piece of crap. All we needed to do is get our stuff there anyway. So
I have faith in you.
in the meantime, Bobby, I want to go purchase 2 medium-sized Pelican cases,
Okay.
or the equivalent of,
What's a Pelican case?
essentially like an all-weather, super durable case. That they can get hit by a truck and nothing will happen to what's in it.
What's the
You know those black cases with the padding all on the inside?
Yeah, sure. I just didn't know what they were called. I know exactly what you mean. What's the? Yeah, you can get something like that.
Yeah, just go to Cog Walmart or something like that.
Yeah.
Get 2 of them, essentially the size of that I can put a non-active Nissan Doberman in.
Okay. So at about 12:15 payday, you get a phone call from Scorch, and there's a lot of loud wind and engine noise and everything, obviously driving, and she says, "Payday 2 times in a week. What do I owe the honor?"
How are you, lady? I'm in the market for a van. It doesn't need to be good. Actually, I'd prefer if it's not. It's we're supposed to be cleaners or something.
All right, cleaners. So you mean like just a generic old panel van?
Yeah, some piece of crap. It pretty much just needs to get to a place. I don't even know if it's gonna make it out.
You want it for? You gonna be keeping this for keeps, or you just borrowing it for some time?
Well, what do you got? Rentals?
I mean, I rent. I let some people borrow things. You're gonna have to give me some new yen in case things go. I know the kind of business you're involved in.
All right, if you've got something that I can borrow, I'm happy to put down a retainer. And if things go wrong, we'll make sure that you're taken care of.
Absolutely. I will be at my garage in about 20 minutes. You called me while I was at church, so that's why I didn't answer. I'm just driving back now.
My bad. I'm sorry to interrupt.
It is Sunday payday.
Yeah, it's Sunday.
All right, I'll be there soon. Let me, and I'll meet you there. I'll tell the people at the front to let you on in.
See you soon. And I hang up.
Yeah, you can go there, get the van, no problem.
Right.
She's gonna want 2,000 new yen, and she said she'll give you 1,800 of it back if the van comes back.
Sounds good. I'll put it down. Not even I don't mess around and try to negotiate with her. 1, because she could definitely out-negotiate payday, and 2, that's just rude. So I put 2,000 new yen down. I will let the Phoenix autopilot itself back to my garage, and I'll drive the van back myself.
All right, and she does make sure to give Payday a hard time for not being in church today before he leaves.
Maybe next time. All right.
I'm just, I don't mean my church. I don't just, you were calling me during church time, so you must not have been there.
What if I was multitasking?
Well, that's rude, and that the Lord don't appreciate that.
All right. I'll be more mindful, and maybe I'll go.
All right, got yourselves a van. Elric's studying. If nothing else is happening until Tuesday night, then we can move on to Tuesday night.
Somewhere in there, I would ask about getting some. Oh shit! You rolled it. My bad. I didn't see that.
Yeah, sorry. You got it.
Yeah, about an hour and a half before the run, Elric is going to step into his lodge and summon up a Force 6 Spirit of Fire. He's spent a very long day of working feverishly for a few minutes at a time and then resting for an hour or 2 here and there. If anybody were to observe him, it looks like he's spending a very, very lazy day pampering himself. He's really recovering from drain in between the alchemy tests.
Payday's disgusted. You don't look stressed out enough.
Why should I be stressed out? The aromatherapy here is supposed to give me a sense of calm relaxation.
What aromatherapy? All I smell is gasoline.
Hey, quiet. I'm trying to catch up on episodes of the latest. What show is this? I don't know. It's some sort of soap opera. People are doing all sorts of boring things. It's good for recovering from drain. Anyway, I ended up with 7 hits on my summoning test.
Payday's
5 net.
Payday's just really confused and wondering if it's possible to do aromatherapy with the smell of gasoline.
All right. Yeah, I take a point of drain, and I'm going to rest up then before the run itself.
So, are we just using this truck to get to the place and then forgetting it, or do I need to get like overalls or something?
Sure, it wouldn't hurt.
Yeah, we need uniforms of some sort.
I'm suiting up in what Wada bought me. I got that fancy mask and the big outfit with the shoulders.
Yeah, but if you show up and get out of the van looking like that, it's going to be quite obvious that we're not there to clean anything, so we probably need to get industrial uniforms.
Pointing towards the bloody circus.
Elric said that won't be a problem. Don't worry about me.
More magic, I assume.
I nod.
So I'm preemptively loading up those two Dobermans in the cases, and
So I can probably cover 2 of us with invisibility spells, maybe a third with a weak one. One of those people is going to be me. I think another should be Leroy.
You want me to roll strapped for this?
Oh yeah, why not? Bring all the hardware. We don't know what we're going to run into. Hopefully we don't need to use any of it, but I mean, we want to take out that other guard quietly and preferably non-lethally. Now remember, Throwback 2, the other side of this plan is that we don't want them knowing what we're actually there for, so you're going to frag up some other data in an obvious way to make it look like we're there for some other objective, right? Do you remember that part, or am I just making that up?
Yep, I remember.
so the area that this place is in, Bobby, is it is it in the middle of the city? Like, is there a lot of buildings around it, or?
There are no buildings around it. It's not in the middle of the city. The closest is that it's, I don't know, 100 meters away from like the interstate, I guess. But nothing is going to be. I say 100 meters, not knowing anything about distance. So it's the area is near an interstate, but there's nothing around it. Like
Okay.
It's trees on the outside of this area.
Sorry, I forget. I didn't write it down, unfortunately. Cassie, what do you remember? What piece of armor you bought for me?
No, Ace of something.
Ace of Cups. All right, last call for doing anything before you go.
I got my hour-long nap in, and then I'm dressing for success.
I would like to scout out maybe anything that in the area, anywhere I might be able to dump a roto drone.
Outside of the gates, you could certainly find a place to put. How big is it?
Medium.
Give me, is it as big as a bread box? As big as a? I'm not good with drone sizes.
So I believe it's about a couple feet, I think.
Okay. So yeah, you could probably do something like that, not in front of the building, because across the street from this building is like the entrance to like kind of a suburban neighborhood area.
Yeah.
But on all of the other sides of it, outside of the fencing and wall that, has the razor wire and all that kind of stuff, barrier, outside of that, there's trees and stuff that you could, get in and put something in there.
Yeah, sounds good. I could even I could put it in a garbage bag that it could shred off, essentially. And then just dump it somewhere that won't be easily apparent, like easily noticeable, really. Otherwise, I'll just be rolling with the two Dobermans in the case and my fly spies as usual. So yeah, I will preemptively dump that drone a couple hours before the run.
Yeah, I'm going to be passing out a variety of charms and potions to people.
I know we were supposed to look like cleaners, so I want to see if I can't find some of those industrious work suits that I think they're illegal.
Yeah, you could go to like a uniform store and get one.
Okay.
Grab one for everyone while you're at it.
Yeah, for like 50 new yen a pop.
Sounds good. I'll get a 5-pack. Is that how many people we have? Yeah.
You could call everybody up and get their sizes.
Yeah, probably. Awkwardly ask what size onesie you wear.
Is there anything that I could perhaps help with?
Do you want a onesie?
I don't think that would work, Throwback.
No.
Besides, I'm not allowed to have other outfits.
Right. I forgot about that. It's okay. They'll probably be uncomfortable anyway. The crotch is always a little high.
That's a great consolation.
All right, so everybody's got a security jumper and not a security, a cleaner outfit and a van, and you're going to beforehand stash a roto drone.
Yep.
Also, every one of you, I'll let you know as far as the preparations go. Every one of you has an armor and a combat sense preparation that you could trigger yourself just by touching it. One of them is a potion. One's a thing you flip open a clasp and touch the thing inside of the little container. Some of you might have other preparations that are health-based ones that I have to trigger, so don't worry about those. But any of you can trigger an armor or combat sense, and you are aware that it will function for a few short minutes, but will help, hopefully.
Appreciate it.
I can always set them off for you, but you can trigger them yourself if you feel the need to.
All right. Well, by about 11 p.m., Wada gets a phone call from Blue Data.
Yeah, hey.
Hello, it's this is this is Blue Data Security, front desk security. We got we have a little bit of situation for clean up some animal stuff inside our building. We need to see if we can get somebody out here, a crew out to clean it up before tomorrow morning when we have staff coming back in. Right now, it's kind of, as you can imagine, off hours. We prefer to take care of it now. Do you have anybody that you can send out?
Well, let me check. Yeah, I think we have somebody out, send out, a small crew. It should take them about 20, 30 minutes to get there.
Sounds good, as long as we make sure we can get it done tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll send them out right now.
All right. Well, we'll see you here. I'll make sure that they know that you're coming. You'll have to check in at a panel at the gate and just buzz it in. Tell them that you're the so-and-so cleaning company.
So-and-so cleaning company on the job.
All right. Well, see you soon.
Later. All right. I think we're good to go. We have to wait until about 20 to 30 minutes. Probably best be late because why not?
I will take a dose of psyche.
Crack a beer.
And then I will, once I feel it kick in about 10 minutes later, I'm going to cast Improved Invisibility on Leroy. I take out a snow globe, which has a little bit more of like a handmade look to it. If you look at it closely, it looks like there might be some arcane symbols etched into the globe itself. But if you look at it closely, you can actually see it's an old snow globe from Columbia University. I hold it out in the palm of my hand, kind of towards Leroy, and I'm about to concentrate. I pause for a moment, I have to think, and shake my head like, I'm sure I'll be fine. Hold still, Leroy. This is actually the first time I've cast this on a person, and then I'll go ahead and cast the Improved Invisibility spell. As I do, this sort of fluid inside the snow globe starts to swirl and rise up, and the whole thing glows, and Leroy is bathed in light before he hopefully vanishes.
Poof.
I'm casting it 4/6 with my new fetish. Leroy, I have 5 hits on your Improved Invisibility spell.
I'll make a note on my little table here.
Drain, and then I will concentrate and do the same thing on myself, except for this time that I myself am bathed in light before hopefully I disappear. That's 4 hits on my own Improved Invisibility, and I'm good under it. Okay, don't get cocky, because you can still set off certain kinds of sensors like ultrasound, and people can still hear you.
I belch from the beer that I'm drinking at that time.
Yeah, everyone heard that.
All right, so 20, 30 minutes goes by, and I assume that you guys pull up to the gate.
Yep, I will have been bringing some of my tools as well.
All right, you get up to the gate, and there's the typical arm. It's dark there. It's dark out. Of course, it's nighttime. There are lights in the parking lot that light up the parking lot, and the building, the tall tower, looks much more ominous at night as it towers over you, 20 stories up. You pull up, and I'm assuming you press the button that says, "Hey, I'm here."
Yes, my spirit, which is a 4/6 fire spirit, is currently under orders to tag along with us. And as of right at this moment, I will issue the order for it to be on astral patrol duty, to hang out with us, watch out for anything in astral space. If anything else is astrally active, an entity like a spirit or a mage or a dual nature being that is not one of those fab thingies, take it out, but use stun damage.
Your spirit understands, sends you a psychic signal of understanding.
Excellent.
All right, who's pressing the button?
Water will press the button.
When you press the button, only a moment goes by when you hear hello?
Hi, we're Soapy Suds Cleaning Company, and we got a call to come clean up a mess.
Soapy Suds, yeah. Come on in. And then you hear click, and the arm goes up.
At this point, Bobby, I'm dumping my 2 fly spies out the window.
So, hey, if this Thomas guy decides to get rid of all of his trouble by getting us all busted, we might be in for a fun night right about now.
Where, Payday, are you in the passenger or driver's seat or what?
I'd probably be the one that's driving, I imagine. That's what I do. So I imagine Wada's probably in the passenger seat because she would have been talking.
Okay. All right. Give me a sort of stealthy roll to drop fly spies out of the thing.
Sure. So I wanted to do it before we got inside. All right. Give me 1 second here. Put this channel of ours to use. That'd be 4 hits.
Alrighty. And your fly spies are away.
Perfect. I want them well above the area, pretty much just canvassing. I'm most interested in that portable area, that van or trailer that was outside that was acting as a command center.
Yes. Okay.
I'm mostly interested to see movement, especially coming from that thing. So
yeah, it's a small building. It looks kind of like a trailery kind of building, but it's got what looks like an added-on small garage that could fit 2 vehicles in it.
Perfect.
I cast Clairvoyance, Force 5.
I'll drive it on in.
You're sustaining 3 spells now, correct?
Yep. Glad I'm on drugs.
All right. So you pull up through the parking lot. It's a decently sized parking lot, but with about 5 or 6 rows of cars or spaces for cars, and you can pull up to the front of the building. There's a place to pull up, and once you pull up to the front, the front door opens up, and a man that Wada will definitely recognize comes out. He's in a Cypress security uniform and walks out to the truck and walks up to the window. Is the window down already?
Hold on. I say over comms, Leroy, don't take this one out. This is the one in our pocket.
Thumbs up emoji.
Yeah, windows down.
Hey there, Soapy Suds. You guys, they sent you to clean up the stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Where we gotta go?
Well, you and your crew. He looks at the van. Says, "You and your crew, come on inside. I'll show you where the mess is."
All right, let's go.
I will get out of the truck and offload the cases of clearly our cleaning product.
I say over comm, hey Leroy, don't forget to try to time our going through doors with other people who are visible, so it doesn't look like doors are opening and closing by themselves. That was one of the top things I read about in the user reviews for the spell formula.
Gotcha, kid.
There are user reviews for spells.
Oh yeah, I mean, I didn't buy the formula from the actual online source. I didn't have a license for it. That's what black market contacts are for. But it's still a good resource for research for ideas.
So the guys, as he's walking up to the building, he doesn't, he probably doesn't need to do this, but being nervous as he is, he covers the receiver of his or the speaker of his communication thing that's on his collarbone or whatever, and he says, "All right, now you're how many of you guys are coming in here?"
3. I'll look back. How many people got out of the van that she can see? Just her and Payday?
I came out as well.
Okay, yeah, then 3 for Throwback there.
All right, and you guys didn't bring any cleaning equipment?
Yeah, they're in these cases.
Oh, right. Sure. Just funny looking. All right, let's go inside.
I hope you didn't make a real mess for us to clean up, because that's going to be all you.
Where the frag did you find this guy?
Back alley somewhere.
Are the invisible people talking out loud?
Deny, sir.
No, I'm pretty sure. Was
Yes,
that a yes?
I said that at that point. I said that out loud for him to hear. Yes. Otherwise, I was talking just over comms with a subvocal mic. But yeah, when I said that one thing, I was saying that loud enough for him to hear.
I thought you said we're not supposed to talk.
Breaking his own rules.
This guy doesn't matter. He's in our pocket.
You find that on the Matrix reviews for your spell. Only talk to people in your pocket.
I'm improvising.
He says, he looks around. He says, "I thought you said, what's going on?"
Shut up
us
and do
inside,
your
please.
job.
Okay. All right, let's go. He opens the door.
Frag guy's acting so weird.
You sure we're not shooting this one?
Hold on. Wada, can you get some kind of read on him?
Yeah, I guess. He's nervous.
Thanks.
All right, so he comes inside and he opens up he swipes a badge and punches in a number to a console, opens up the turnstile the digital kind of sensor turnstile that would allow people to come in that they'd normally have to swipe a badge. And he says, "All right, come on through." And when you guys go through, he grabs on a leash a dog that he has with him and starts walking down the hall with you. And he leads you and says, "All right, now it's down this way. There's I don't know what happened. It's strange, but there's in this conference room," and he opens up a door, and you notice that the dog is kind of like suspiciously looks a little weird, and it isn't coming when he pulls on the dog, and he looks down at the dog and he says, "Now, Leroy, come on now."
The dog's name's Leroy.
Hey, so at this point, I'm going to go ahead and stack a 4th spell and cast my Spatial Sense Extended to get my map back up for the building.
All right.
By the way, Payday's on uppers.
And the guard is having trouble with the dog. And he says he smells something. And he just kind of pulls the dog forward, and the dog starts walking again.
Yeah, I bet it's real bad.
I'll speed up so that I'm walking with him so that it looks like the dog is more moving with him than trying to get the attention of looking to me.
Yeah, once you do that, actually, the dog sort of is walking better. Still not, perfect, but better. It's still looks like it's smelling around, but maybe he smells all the stuff. Just come on in here. And he opens a conference room door, and you see all over the floor are like fish and animal guts. He says, "Now, I don't know how this got in here, but when we found it, obviously you can see why this needs to be cleaned up."
Yeah, absolutely.
And he pauses for a second, kind of like looking around at the people he can't see, because everyone present is aware that he must have put that there. So he's kind of like nervously like waiting for any kind of reaction that he's going to have to feel like sort of shameful about.
I think we're all just
Takes
staring
me-
at him right now.
Takes me 3 tries to get a good spell up, avoiding the drain, because casting a little bit lower force. So, but I do get my spatial sense up, so I should be able to get essentially a good map of the area. It's 3 hits, so I'm not going to get super detailed stuff about super nooks and crannies, but should be good enough at least to be able to show me where the basic doors and hallways and such are. All right, we need to go this way.
Throwback's
I
just
see.
shaking his head at the mess, and I kind of like mumble, like, I'm not cleaning that up.
Oh man, that's a mess.
So you gonna like hang out with us while we clean this mess, or you gonna go back and do your job?
Well, I'm gonna go real fast. I guess I'm gonna, you don't need me here.
No, we don't.
And
Maybe someone could make sure that nothing alarming happens while we're cleaning up this mess.
good idea. And at that moment, you hear kind of like a, "Hey, James, Thomas, what are you in the hallway over on the west side?" He's like, "Yeah, there's something going on over there. I'm gonna come on down. One of our fab sensors went off, and it could just be some people, kids with pranking, but we need to come check it out." Oh,
I wouldn't have wanted to walk through a fab sensor.
I mean, they're strewn kind of in lots of different places. Like,
Oh, I got the sense there was like 1 or 2 places they were set up.
no, they've got detectors kind of just here and there. Nothing crazy
yeah.
or anything.
Yeah, I guess at that point, Elric says throwback.
What I'll say for DNI, maybe it's now you should stop talking while you're in this.
That was over subvoc.
Was kind of under the assumption that you understood that I had to connect to we could just not be here anymore, and he could tell them that it's all clear. I didn't realize you were going to be so heavily. We should just leave the area.
Yeah, they're these sensor things you gotta deal. I thought you were taking care of it. Whatever. Hey, guys.
Next time we can just walk through the front door like we planned, though. Maybe Viz up that. That's okay. Let's get out of here now.
I need a direct connection before I can deal with anything. That was part of getting in the front door. Yes, I'll look around. I mean, I still think we should probably leave the area, but I'll look around to see if there's anything I can jack into.
Okay, maybe you could pretend that I don't know anything about the stuff you do. Like I might pretend you don't know anything about magic.
Are you stressing out right now, Stretch?
I've got a lot going on right now. This is a lot to concentrate on at once, okay? Somebody do something about that guy or geek him or whatever. No, wait, don't do that.
Are you sure? Because I'm kind of tired of him right myself.
Just relax. Throwback will have it taken care of. It'll be a glitch in the system as far as they know or care. You got this, Throwback?
Yeah, do you have like a bucket or something? You said you brought in buckets of stuff.
Yeah, just bucket props. The cases were mostly what I was worried about, but
Okay. Well, if we have like a bucket or something, I'll kind of look to Thomas and say, "Can you point me to the nearest faucet?"
Yeah, well, come on right this way. Hey, Hank, I was just down that hallway. I didn't see nothing. Well, I guess we're gonna need to. Okay, just double check it again, and let's make sure, and then just call in. Let me know. All right, guys. Okay, you need to fill some water up in your bucket, huh?
Faucet, please.
Yeah, right this way. He takes you down the hall to the bathroom.
All right. And then go inside and try to get him to come in with me. Take a look around. Is there anything anywhere that I can jack in, or maybe a panel that he could unlock so that I could jack into the system?
There is sure. There's some lights when you come into the bathroom. There's motion sensors that would turn on the lights. You could probably get in there.
Okay. Yeah, I'll tell him thanks, and that now that we're in the bathroom, I'll kind of whisper to him. I'll say, "We're gonna be all over this place, and if you've got somebody else monitoring the system with you, you need to make sure these alarms aren't going off, or it's your head on the chopping block."
Yeah. Well, I didn't know you were gonna be coming in. Okay, I'll do my best.
Neither did I. We're on the same team here.
Okay, I'll do my best. Just I can't stop everything, so you guys gotta. I'm sure you're trying real hard. I'm not gonna say that.
Eion appears and with a very furrowed brow, looking at the security guard. Go take care of it.
And he runs off.
Yeah, I had more to say, but my mouth just kind of falls open a little bit. And I'm looking at Eion, the hell?
Oh, sorry, I spoke out of turn. I didn't mean to interrupt you, Throwback.
No, that's fine. I think. That's fine. Do you wanna give me a hand with this? And as I'm plugging into the data port.
Absolutely.
I mean, do you wanna go? If you need to take a second, ask. Hey, I've cleared up some space on the deck. We can get you over here. Just he don't want him to freak out if he sees you over here.
It'll be fine, Throwback.
Okay. Sure. Yeah. All right. Let's get to work.
During this time, I'm going to use my clairvoyant sense to be sweeping through different areas to make sure there's no one, like rooms nearby that have, high threat response teams hiding ready to jump out or anybody coming and wandering by. I'm going to use that combined with my spatial sense. It gives me the map of the area to just do my best to keep tabs on things as best I can using my projected clairvoyant eyeball thingy, which doesn't actually look like an eyeball anyone can see, of course.
I'll send over a D9. Do we have any idea where this other guy is?
Yes, he should be down that hallway, but when we get a little bit closer, I can get a better visual of him.
I'm also activating both drones, but leaving them dormant.
Okay. Throwback, I'm not going to make you roll any hardware tests. You can get that thing open, no problem, and you can hook up into it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I have my hardware kit stashed on me, at least a couple of the tools that I figured I would need. So crank that thing open, get direct connection, make some room on the deck, in which I guess Eion fits snugly. And then, I guess we're going to try to get some marks on this thing.
All right.
Throwback's a little nervous. I think Eion, I've never done this before, just between you and I, but I'm gonna break the limits here. I'm gonna try hot sim.
Hot sim?
Yeah, it's just a matter of taking off some of the safety protocols on VR. It's gonna make things a lot more real for me in there, but I think it's important enough.
How interesting.
So I mean, if I start
if you suddenly seem far more real to me.
Oh yeah, I think I will. But what I want you to do is if I start getting hurt to try to find a way to get me out, because if I take damage in there, I'm gonna take damage out here too.
That will be difficult as I have no physical being, but perhaps I can alert one of the others.
That's probably a good idea. But I don't want to tell them about it now because it's kind of dangerous.
They don't need to know.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Good. And then I'll kind of like slink down just a little bit so that I'm resting against the back of my chair. Probably put myself. Yeah. Like I'll make sure the doorway's clear. I guess. I think for a second if I should block the doorway with my body, but then decide no, my team might need to save me, so I'll just like rest next to the door. And then I'm gonna push that little red button in my AR display that says "Don't push" and slip into hot sim VR.
All right, you're there. Everything is far more visceral in the Matrix now.
Yeah, and I've done cold sim, but like as I come awake in VR, I stand up and I kind of like look at myself and do that thing that you sort of wiggle your fingers and flex and grip and you still see Throwback. Throwback's persona is still himself, although he's obviously standing on two healthy legs. He's a bit more well-rounded, bulkier, a bit more muscular, probably a couple of inches taller. His hair is more full, or not full, but so I forgot he was bald. Different character. Yeah, his head is very shiny and just well-rounded. It's a very ideal image of himself. He's wearing a very slick black suit with a black tie, and it doesn't look like the ganger at all that you see in real life. And after he's done like sort of looking at himself, he'll like look up at Eion and say, "Wow,
it's nice to have finally met you, Throwback." She smirks.
Yeah, Throwback will hand out put a hand out to sort of shake and say, "Yeah, it's good to see you."
All right. So are you? You can. This is if you were direct connected, and this is just a measly little device. So you could buy the marks that you need. You're just trying to get onto the host.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get 3 marks on this light switch or motion sensor, and have those hopefully travel up to the host.
Absolutely. You've got 3 marks on the host for blue data, the tower building.
Right, and then slip into running silently and enter into the host.
Okay. Inside the host is not terribly remarkable, much like the outside of the host, which is constructed to appear strong and Fort Knox-like. It's very much the same inside. It's all very, marble and granite and strong stone and pillars and stuff like that on the inside. And it's very smooth. And as if you were to walk around and when you hear anybody walking around in the host, it's very like echoey, like click, click, like footsteps in an echoey stone sort of hallway, like a big open giant bank lobby or something.
And taking a quick look around, how many personas do I see walking around?
Give me a matrix perception.
Looks like 5 hits.
All right. Yeah, you can see at the moment, you see 3 personas.
By the way, you also totally see Elric's rating to Sony Emperor Comlink that's running not silent on the Matrix.
You entered their host?
Oh no, but I'm within 100 meters of you physically, so.
Oh, it's okay. Once I'm inside the host, I can't interact with icons outside of it like that. Thankfully. But that's okay. We'll see if that comes up later.
Yeah, no one's told Elric about running silent. Plus, he doesn't really run anything that needs to be terribly protected.
Right. All right. I'll spin around real quick and see if Eion followed me in.
She absolutely did.
And is she like crouched down in the same way that I am, or is she just sort of boldly standing there?
Pretty much boldly standing there, but I mean, she's essentially operating in her parameters there, so she is hidden as well.
Okay. I'm gonna whisper to Eion and say, okay, now we just need to find wherever the controls are for the security system and see if we can't handle whatever our friend isn't able to take care of himself. Help me look around.
Acknowledged. This is so very interesting. I've never been inside a host before.
Yeah, there's probably things in here that are going to try to kill us if they find us. So we have to be really careful.
So
also,
you would
look at this, and I poke one of the plants, and I'm just like poking it with my finger, then like showing her my finger, like that feels real. And then
so it does.
And then we'll get started trying to find essentially whatever is controlling the security systems.
She'll assist you.
Right, I believe that would be a matrix search, right?
Yeah, you got it.
All right, give it to me.
There's your assist.
All right, 7 hit, wasting all my good rolls.
Yeah, you actually very, very easily, you're looking for, you said the fab controls?
Yeah, we'll start there.
Yeah, you find those.
Okay.
With all the searching around, it's very quick. You find it quite quickly because it seems like there's still maybe a faint remnant of a signal from it having been alerted. It's since been silenced, so to speak, or disregarded. But you find where they are.
Okay, and then it dawns on me all of a sudden a very crucial part of the plan, and so I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna sort of beckon Eion to wait behind the corner with me before we try to break into this room, and I'm gonna look down at my watch and count down the seconds until hopefully a certain technomancer tribe lures some of the attention out of this host.
Throwback.
What? 3? What?
Why don't you think that Hector ever takes me anywhere nice like this?
What? Nice?
I don't understand why Hector doesn't take me anywhere nice. All I wanted to do was go to the zoo.
You want to go to the zoo? I think he
Suddenly, just on schedule, just like you're supposed to. Z-Trip did promise to have some people come by and start causing some trouble. You hear some chatter and some traffic going on, and one of the personas that you saw moves over to a console, and then another one follows him, and they're looking at some information, and they seem to be talking back and forth. And yeah.
All right. We should talk about it right after we get in here. And I'm gonna make for the door of this place and try to get a mark on it after scanning it for any potential trap.
Yeah, we totally didn't all forget about the distraction we asked Z-Trip to do.
Nope, it was there the whole time, just waiting on the cue.
I totally would have remembered if even if he hadn't waited. Okay, so yeah, you're in and you're looking at the controls for the fab detection units.
This is like a device then, right?
Yes, it's kind of like a control device for all of them. But basically, you're linked up to yes. So long story short, yes, you're at the place where they're linked up to, and the signals come in.
Okay. So get in there, close the door, telling Eion yeah. Well, I mean, we'll talk about it, just not right now. This is not a safe place. Can you give me a hand? We want to.
It's never a convenient time, really.
No, it really will be. There'll be so many times. Just not right now. Those guys want to kill us super bad. They just don't know it yet.
I would be happy to help you, Throwback.
Okay, good. I just need an extra pair of hands here, and I'll point to where we need to essentially get a mark on the device.
Hey, Throwback. How long are you going to be in the bathroom over comms?
I mean, it's only been 3 seconds at this point because we're in hot sip.
Right. You might even get that message as you're coming out. We'll see.
Yeah, you can tell me when we actually receive that message.
So go ahead and what are you trying to accomplish?
We want to mark the controller.
Okay, go ahead. Roll it for me.
That was your assist there, Throwback.
Right there. Okay, cool. All right, 6 hits to get a mark on the fab controller.
You've got a mark.
Sorry, I'm quickly pulling up my cheat sheet to remember if I need just one mark or more than one. I want to essentially give it the command to no longer report any alarms. It doesn't necessarily have to stop tracking it or noticing it. I'm not going to turn it off, but I don't want it to register any of the reports.
So you're spoofing a command.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, and that's just one mark.
Yep, alrighty. So I will relay that to Eion. Basically my plan, and say, all right, we need to tell the host to ignore anything that he gets from this device for the time being.
All right, roll your hacking plus intuition.
7 more hits, limited to 6 for that. Oh no, 7. It's a sleaze action.
Well, you are good. You've sent a command into these to let me reiterate. You just want them to not send any signals, that they just not report signals, right?
Yeah, I don't want to turn them off. I just want them to ignore positive hits, essentially.
Gotcha. Understood. Okay. As far as you can tell, everything looks a-okay, and you are feeling like hot right now. You've never felt more connected to the Matrix. You're moving flying fast, and you're feeling like on point, like you've never felt before. So you are very confident that you are doing a great job.
Yeah, this feels really good. I'm going to take a quick look down at my watch, and next to the current time, it's got my current Overwatch score with my baby monitor program running. What's my Overwatch score looking like?
Right now, you've got a 9. Sorry, I was looking at something else. You got 9.
I kind of smacked the watch a couple of times to get the display to show up correctly. Like, what the hell's wrong with? Oh, all right, 9. Okay, 9. And then I'll turn to Eion and say, "This is awesome."
I am enjoying myself as well. Throwback.
All right. I'm gonna stay here. Why don't you go tell the others that the fab's down? Oh, wait. Let's double check. I'm gonna do a quick search and see if we can notice the control center for the cameras and ensure that those are being properly dealt with by Thomas or whoever our mark was.
Yeah, you should be able to find the cameras not without too much trouble, because people are still distracted. The security spiders or whomever was responding to whatever, they're distracted, so you can find that. And it's hard to tell whether they're being dealt with, quote unquote, but everything looks normal. I mean, you know where the cameras are.
Okay. Yeah. How'd that work? I guess we need to get a mark on them, and I just want to look at them to see if they're maybe. Yeah, I'll just take care of it myself. I'm feeling good enough to do this. Eion, let's just get these to stop recording, and then we can tell our team to go.
Should be easy enough.
You got it.
Go ahead and roll to get another mark.
Wow. Cap to 7 hits again. This is my new favorite dice roller.
Okay, you got a mark.
Okay.
You're rolling so high. You should just do 3 at once.
Right. Oh god, the ego. No, I'm gonna do a simple spoof command again, and basically give it the same type of command. I'm not gonna turn you off, but you're no longer to record any of the information.
All right, roll it up.
Looping it would require me to stand here at the camera controls for the entire duration that we're in here, so I can't.
Right, exactly. So anybody monitoring the cameras will be able to see you guys. However, you're in, costume.
All right, give me a hand, Eion. We got one more thing to do.
Another thing?
Yeah, we gotta make these cameras stop recording, and then we can get our team moving towards that hallway. Yeah, that's 7 more hits.
This is because Vion's helping. That's why.
If ever there was a hot streak, you're on it.
I feel so alive as I touch another plant. Like, it feels like a plant.
All right, you've set that command. They're not recording anymore.
All right, then we'll go sneak away back into a corner and send that message to the team. Or no, I told Eion to go let the team know that we're ready, or that they're ready, or that we're ready. Somebody's ready.
She now does it as if maybe she was too distracted before.
Yeah, so Elric is about to kind of go and say what he was going to say, asking when they're going to be done in the bathroom, and then Eion appears right in front of and says, what does she say?
We're finished, Elric. We've stopped the cameras from recording, and the sensors are taken care of.
Oh, great, thanks. So we're going to go do the hallway thing now?
Yes, Throwback wanted me to alert you.
Sure. Is he coming out of the bathroom?
Eion comes back into the to Throwback. Stretch would like to know if you're coming out of the bathroom.
I don't know if I ever want to leave. This feels amazing.
Time to go, Throwback.
Yeah, okay, just give me a second.
We're finished, Throwback.
Throwback's got his eyes closed as if he doesn't really want to acknowledge it, but when Eion says that, he'll peek an eye open. He'll be like, yeah, you're right. Okay, let's go.
And at that moment, as if almost to punctuate the fact that you don't need to be in there right now, the patrol ice starts to make its round towards wherever you were.
I'll shoot my other eye open, and then with a very loud expression, just kind of
nod.
It? No, we should leave. Come on, you're right. Let's go.
All right, Eion follows.
Yeah, Throwback kind of tugging at her sleeve a little bit, to run in the other direction for a moment, and then when there's maybe a little bit of resistance, kind of gives a strong tug, and then starts to head towards the exit to get out of the host.
All right, you guys can get out, no problem. You come out of the host, and I'm assuming out of VR back into
AR.
and everything feels like just a little bit less exciting, a little bit less dull. You've got that pang of like, man, that was amazing. And you can't wait to do that sort of thing again.
Yeah, very nonchalantly, Throwback, with like kind of puffed out cheeks as he's like slowly letting a breath out, kind of looks down at his feet expectantly. And then once the breath is
really
out,
good to be in there.
Yeah, once the breath is fully out of his system, he'll take a deep breath and say, okay, water, right? And then he'll like walk over to the sink, half fill the bucket, and then head down the hallway to join the team.
Thanks for listening to the show. We hope you enjoyed it. This show would not be possible without the generous support of our patrons over at patreon.com/complexaction. If you liked the show and you want to help support it, please consider becoming a patron over there. Just patreon.com/complexaction. Our generous patron supporters get some special rewards that get them special access to GM notes that I drop about the show, and also the opportunity to occasionally appear on our cast party episodes as a guest and ask us some questions. It's a lot of fun. Consider supporting us, and you could join us as well. There were several NPCs and organizations which were provided by patrons of Complex Action while we were creating the show early in its development. And for this episode, there was Cypress Security Services, the guards from Blue Data, which were provided by Cassie Levett. Thanks, Cassie. The character art seen on our YouTube page and various other social media places was done by Ethan Brewerton. Check out his awesome Shadowrun artwork at esbrewerton.com. The background music in this episode is brought to you by Prism Shard. To hear more of his Shadowrun-inspired music, head on over to soundcloud.com/prism-shard and give him some love. The Topps Company Inc. has sole ownership of the names, logo, artwork, marks, photographs, sounds, audio, video, and or any proprietary material used in connection with the game Shadowrun. The Topps Company Inc. has granted permission to Complex Action to use such names, logos, artwork, marks, and or any proprietary materials for promotional and informational purposes on its websites, but does not endorse and is not affiliated with Complex Action in any official capacity whatsoever.